Well, hello there, fishing friends, and if you're new here, welcome. So in today's video, I am going to show you a little secret that not everybody knows. I'm going to show you how to catch larger fish and how to reset your fish so that you can try to make it bigger. So I am going to show you the leaderboard here. And if you don't know that there is a leaderboard, there is a fish leaderboard where you can go out and check out to see where you rank on some of these fish. If I go to the giant Pacific octopus, I'm at 439. Actually, it's the giant squid, I believe. I think it's a giant squid. I'm still number one on the giant squid. So this trick that I show you today, you might be able to go out and knock me off of the number one spot by catching the giant squid. But we are going to go after, let's go after the Warsaw grouper. And one of the reasons that I'm going to go after the Warsaw grouper to do this trick, one of the things is you want to see how far it sticks out of the water. Sometimes they stick out farther than others. And if it's not sticking out of the water, then it's a smaller fish. If it's barely sticking out, it's a little bit bigger fish. And if it's sticking way out, then it's a huge fish. And I can show you that you can actually change the size of the fish before you bring it all the way in. So I'm going to take you out. We're going to do a little bit of fishing. We're going to go after this Warsaw grouper. And I'm going to try to get a bigger one. Right now I am number 641. So let's see if we can get up a little bit higher. And yeah, let's go out there and do a little fishing. And I'll bring you back. Okay, so here we are on Jeanette's Pier, North Carolina, on the U.S. East DLC. And I'm going to be going after the Warsaw grouper. And let's take a look here. Warsaw grouper. The depth is on the bottom. Live baits. We have krill, shiner. And for lures, minnow, crankbait, and metal jig. Let's see what we're going to use here. So Goliath grouper is also on krill and shiner and metal jig. So let's see. Cutlass fish also on the bottom. Alright, so I am going to probably use... I'm probably just going to use the shiner on the bottom. So that's going to get me the Goliath grouper and the Warsaw grouper, and I'll be able to tell when the little pokies are sticking out of the water if I got a Warsaw grouper, and if I don't, I'll just let it go. I could do crankbait. I don't think there's many things that like crankbait. Cutlass fish is down there. But I usually do live bait. So I'm kind of a fan of live bait. I do use lures if needed, but I like to use live bait. So I'm going to go ahead and use the shiner and just fish on the bottom and get a grouper. So let me grab my pole here, drop it down to the bottom by pressing my thumbstick down. And I'm going to go over here to the bait. There we go, to my shiner. And I'm going to look for some bubbles. There's some bubbles right there. And I'm going to cast around until I get one. And then once I bring one on the line or get one on the line, I will bring you back and show you how we can make it bigger. Okay, there we go. I got two of them out here. Right there, I went ahead and targeted it. So it's krill shiner. So we got shiner, krill, and if it turns red, the worm, then that's the groupers right there. So I got two of them out here that we're going to go after. And this one is the bigger one, the Warsaw grouper, I believe is what it's called. Or Goliath grouper. So we're going after the Warsaw, which is just shiner, krill, and then the Goliath has the worm as well. So if all three of those turn green, then it's the Goliath grouper. If just those two turn green, then it's the Warsaw grouper. So as you can see, that one is the epic, so you can't even see that one when you're on hard. So I'm going to target both of these using either the krill or the shiner, doesn't matter. And I'm going to cast out there. And this is going to go 300 feet because it's my bigger pole. And I'm going to bring it into about a 6 count to try to target those guys there. Alright, so let's go ahead and cast out. Unfortunately, there are two of them, so right next to each other. So I'm going to bring one of them in just to get one of them out of the way. So then I can show you the technique on the other one. So let me bring the first one in. And hopefully I don't get the number one spot on the first one. As you can see, it's not even sticking out of the water. Just barely. And you can kind of see it. I can kind of see it. You probably can't see it just yet. Once I get it closer, you're going to be able to see it. But it's just barely sticking out of the water. Yep. He's a big one. Barely sticking out. As you can see, as we get a little closer, you can kind of see it sticking out of the water. See how much is sticking out? Yeah. And as we get closer, even more sticks out. And there. He's a big guy though. Alright, so this one was 75.9. So it wasn't huge, wasn't very big. And I'll go ahead and keep you. That'll get me back up to my 300,000. And it frees up the fish around it. So now I just have that one that I can target, and I will try to make that one bigger. Okay, so I am going to cast out, bring it in to collect about a 7 count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We'll stop there. It should turn instant red, and we'll try to get a bigger one. So kind of seen a glitch of it a little bit there. It's not really sticking out of the water. I can't see it. So that tells me that this one is probably pretty small. I'm going to bring it in a little bit, watch it swim to the left and right just to see how much is sticking out of the water. I'll try to zoom in on the video for you so you can see. Alright, so actually, you could see it when it jumped out of the water that it wasn't very big, and now you can just barely see it's just barely sticking out of the water. Now what you do is you quick release it by pulling the thumbstick back, okay? What that does is that releases it, and it actually resets that fish. I got another one right there, looks like. It actually resets that fish right there to another size. So I'm going to cast back out to that same fish. Might have had to go to the left a little bit. We'll see if that gets it though. Nope, it'll get it. I don't want to go too far to the left because I don't want to catch that one that's farther to the left, because then that will make it. So let's see. Can I see the fin sticking out? I can't. It's telling me that this is another small one. Oh, I can barely see it. It is sticking out a little bit. But I'm going to let it go. And I'm going to catch it again. And I'm going to keep doing this until I can see more of it sticking out. Now you can also use this technique on different locations with different fish that don't stick out of the water. As you get them closer, you can kind of see the size in the water, or when they jump, you can kind of tell when they jump the different sizes as well. But it's a lot easier to do this technique. See how much that's sticking out? I don't know if you noticed that, but that was sticking out quite a bit more. And that is actually going to be a much bigger fish. Let's see here. I'll go ahead and bring it in. And we can see it is sticking out more than that last fish that I brought in. So that tells me that it is probably bigger than the 75. I don't think it is a lot bigger. It's not sticking way out of the water. But we'll see. So this will let us know. See, yeah, you can see quite a bit more sticking out than the last fish, I think. Definitely a bigger fish. This is how you can get bigger and bigger fish. You just keep releasing it and recatching the same fish, and it changes sizes every time you release and recatch it. So a little trick if you did not know that. So it's sticking out of the water a little bit more. This might be like in the 80s maybe. We'll see though. Get a little bit closer. Bring it in. 89, personal best right there. As you can see, I can see a lot more of the top fin sticking out of the water You know, it's not going to get me on the top of the leaderboard, but it is a personal best. And that is the trick on how you can get bigger fish in this game. So hopefully this video was helpful for you. And if it was, make sure you give me a thumbs up. And if you haven't done so already, hit that subscribe button so you can see more tips and tricks like this in the future. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Bye-bye.